Good day, and welcome to the Budding Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Randy Bridges. In each episode, I cover my experiences, both good and bad, of being a business builder, as well as my journey through the crazy world of entrepreneurship to reach my goal of earning $10 million a year. Okay, my friends, we're on episode 99 of the Budding Entrepreneur Podcast. It's been a little bit since I was on here, and there were some things happening in my personal life that took me away and forced me to really focus on other things, but I'm back. I'm whole and I'm ready to get going. So let's talk a little bit about what has transpired over the last little bit of time. Is that I've continued going through this program, the Wealthy Consultant. This is the Launch Kit program, which is by almost invitation only. But it is a very good program. I'm very happy I got involved in it. And I wanted to cover a little bit more information about it so that we can actually get into what the difference is between this and some of the other programs. Essentially, the Wealthy Consultant's approach is different from what pretty much anybody else is doing. They want to help people find repeat problems, then create models that fix those problems and prevent them from occurring again. Now, that's pretty much any consultant is going to have that kind of an approach if they are, really working to your advantage. And so that is a good thing. That says that they understand who their target market is and who they're going after. So that's very good. I also wanted to talk about the difference in thinking when it comes to the marketing. They're doing more of a conversation rather than a conversion. They don't want to necessarily have to convert anybody. They want the conversion to happen naturally, to happen because the other side wants it to occur. And that's very, very, good from the point of view of somebody that's getting the experience. Is there's no pushing, there's no shoving, there's no, you've got to get all this crazy stuff done. And it's affected my own way of how I go into my programs, enough so that the little voice that was in the back of my head telling me that my programs were out of order in a couple of areas, it actually came to the forefront because I actually had a conversation with myself and said, if I were in this position, what would I want to do? And I saw a disconnect there. So as you're looking at your own business, there are a lot of ways that you can find new avenues to achieve the same goal, but maybe improve the process that you've gone through, right? Thinking of it as you go to a Google Maps and you keep it running on a regular basis rather than having it, okay, I start off and I'll drive till I get to wherever I don't know where I'm going. And then I'll call it back up again. And that's really not, that's not effective, number one. And number two, it leaves you subject to the elements of the road or the path that you're going that may not actually work very well for you. So it's with this same kind of thinking that I revisited my website, both of them, and restructured the idea in my head that this program, any program we're going through, is going to be the same exact process, but the material is the only thing that's going to change in the training. So my whole process still stays the same. I'm doing one-on-ones. I'm doing monthly meetings. I'm going to be looking at the homework. This is a difference, is they're now going to have homework to go through to prove that they are doing what they're doing. And if they get stuck, we can work on that homework. And I wish more programs would do that. But that's the difference between training and consulting. Is training is kind of thrown at you. Consulting is all about being asked and into the process of fixing whatever it is. And then converting that, there's a certain portion you can go to training and allow that to be self-paced. That's really good for me because it keeps me really focused on the bigger picture, which is which program they go through doesn't matter. That's up to them. It's going to be based upon what they need to get done. But my process is going to be something that I can repeat over and over and over again and allow them to learn the things they need to learn as they go while I'm helping them adjust along the way. Some of my clients recently have been forced to take a look at their own business and realize they can't afford the idea that they had. And it's unfortunate. I could see it a mile away, but that's, 2020 hindsight of being in business for years teaches you've got to have the money available somehow. And if you don't have it available, you have to either bootstrap it or you have to change what it is that you're going to do. So I have two clients that are both going through that latter process. They can't afford to bootstrap it. They don't have family to be able to help out. And so everything they do, they have to be able to pay for out of pocket. It's really good. I mean, it's good for them to take a few minutes and a few days, a few weeks, and really think about the business that they're doing. Remember, the company stays the same, but the business will change based upon what you're doing. And I've been forced to actually do the same kind of thing even in my own business. I love working with startup companies. The energy of brand new owners is infectious, it's contagious, and it helps everybody, move forward as they're growing their business. I had to kind of come to the conclusion that I have two different avatars with completely different needs. I tried to focus on both of them and it just wasn't working. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do a split A/B page on my website. Follow the rules that Taylor says. Let the market tell you what you're going to do. Once you understand, you can make a decision and move down that path. So I did a split A/B test. One web page, the homepage, is focusing on very specific avatars that are very unique. And the other one is more general, but it's also more broad-based. What one will do, everybody else kind of does. And so all of my training is going to go into videos. I'm not going to be spending my time training people so much as I'm going to allow the training process to develop the people as they go. We'll be working one-on-one on handling things like marketing, handling things like messaging, handling, all of the critical pieces and looking at the operations. And then it doesn't make any difference if they're a startup company or if they have been in business for 30 years and just need to improve their marketing. I'm dealing with that too. I have one client who's been in business for over 30 years and just now realizes he needs to do advertising. Well, he's tried it a few times and he didn't get the kind of results that he was expecting. I've taken the time to sit down and really work the advertising differently than what a lot of other people were doing before. And so the result is that I have been able to be much more successful for him and successful for me as well. That matters. Sometimes you have to go at a problem from the side, tangentially. You can't hit it head on. You got to come at it at an angle. When you run into that situation, it matters that your strategy has to be different from what somebody else is doing if you want to get different results of what they got for, your client. So all of this has been a really good learning experience for the people around me and for myself as well. But I just wanted to take a few minutes out of my day here and have a one-on-one with you, kind of tell you where I'm at and what kinds of things are happening here and what I'm seeing. There are opportunities for everybody to grow your business. The competition is going to get really interesting if the economy continues the way that it's going. And this is being recorded in June of 2023. It's not like the world is coming to an end or anything, but being in business is going to get really interesting because when the economy starts changing, for good or for bad, business owners are the ones that get the opportunity to stay on the forefront. And if they don't, you got to ride that wave down the front face of it. You can't ride the wave from the backside. You got to wait for the next wave to come in. That's where a lot of businesses lose out. They're not waiting for the next wave to come to them. They're scrambling so hard to catch up to the wave that's ahead of them. It doesn't work that way. As we go into this, episode 99 will be coming to episode 100, which is a really nice opportunity for me. I really do enjoy podcasting, and I missed it when I am not doing it. But I just wanted to say thank you very much for taking out the time today. I wish you the best in your health, your wealth, your business, everything about you. Take care and have a great day.